a home is, at the end of the day, an appreciating asset. People are making the argument, well, part of the reason why housing is more expensive is because we're just literally building more expensive houses. The most significant changes that came out of 2008 for me was it was that, 70 to 80% AR of LTV requirement. So lender, depending on the loan program, just the max that we can do, or the minimum down payment we can do, like we can't go to 100%. And even like the lowest you can get, like with an FHA loan, is 3.5. And I guess there's VA and USDA, but those are specifically like just really, and those are for a very relatively small percentage of the whole population, and for specific reasons that
veterans earned it, right? They can have it. They should have it, right?
Yep.
And then USDA 100%. If you want to live way out in the middle of nowhere,
at that point, you're helping us homes. You're helping us settle the country. You know, like so. I kind of get the logic in those being 0% down payment, but I think for conventional loans in general, keeping that buffer zone, I do really believe that helps like protect, not just protect consumers, like protect everybody holding an interest, like the mortgage companies themselves. Sure. And, just we're only allowing mortgage companies to make really conservative bets.
You're exactly right.
Yep. Yeah. So I think it's just interesting because it's, and I feel like and I know Stuart and I are both millennials, so we're lucky for us, we're beating the odds and we're both homeowners. But there's so many people in our generation, especially the next generation, that are like, never going to own a home. I feel like they
don't even see it on the horizon.
Yeah. It's like, that's going to be impossible. And you kind of feel for those people. And there's almost a part of you that's just like, I don't want the market to crash because, like I said, I'm a homeowner. So I don't want to lose all my property value. But it's like, I'd like it to almost, maybe it can just like level off forever, for a very long time, and like let people catch up. But it's just hard when you think about what, they're not making more land, that phrase, the old adage, like, and it's what a home is at the end of the day. It is an appreciating asset.
Exactly right.
We just have to depend on these like third and fourth generation farmers who have no interest in farming. To sell the when their parents pass away, they sell the land off, and then an Arbor Homes comes in.
The developers
builds 3 neighborhoods on a plot, just to increase supply.
They come in.
Well, there is a lot of that happening.
Yeah.
I think Arbor's building a product for what, under 300, which is pretty amazing. Really, most new house stuff builders want to be in for 400 or 500 usually at a minimum. So
that was an interesting statistic. I was looking at. I was with a group of friends yesterday, and we were kind of talking about all of this, like this sort of the state of affordability and just the struggles of like millennial and Gen Z generations, and that it's a very interesting stat that the household, the median, let me try to get this right, the median square footage per occupant in households. So homeownership has been declining. I think since 2004, it's gone from around 69%, and it reached its sort of low right before COVID, and then it kind of has recovered since, but it went down to around 60% overall, and then has bounced back to like 66. But overall homeownership is on the decline. Yet square footage per occupant of U.S. households is increasing.
Is that right?
So it's something like 1,000 square feet per occupant, and back in the I don't know, back in the 70s, 80s, it was around,
sure
500-600 square feet per occupant. So we're building bigger houses. So people are making the argument, well, part of the reason why housing is more expensive is because we're just literally building more expensive houses.
Yeah, we're not getting them out of a Sears catalog anymore, right?
Yeah.
Post World War II, and they just ordered their house up from Sears and put it together for a couple $1,000. Yeah, those days are long gone.
Yeah. And I just think that's it blows my mind that like, why doesn't that exist in our market? Like, why is there no new small home product? And I think that it kind of does exist. I think I've seen examples from it's one of the production builders. I think they actually do operate here. I want to say it's Lennar, maybe.
Okay.
They do like a very small build in it's like one of the Texas markets, like San Antonio or Austin. That's just like this little 2-bedroom, 1-bath. Like it's like a loft, almost built kind of like a tiny home.
Okay. Is it attached dwellings, like townhomes?
They're not
almost,
attached. They're single families
that
sit
on the
on
land,
these.
and
the parcel is probably maybe a 1/10 of an acre, probably smaller.
Okay.
But it's
a place to start.
Yeah, I mean it's very interesting because like people see that and they're like, they think that's a problem now. Like look how small they're building these. But it's like actually that might be. I'm kind of looking at that. I'm
genius.
Like that might be part of the solution. Is like we need to build smaller like we used to build smaller houses.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, the builders. I mean, production builders. They're out to make money, right? Mm-hmm. And the more they can squeeze out on that little tract of land, I mean, it's to the point you go to some of these newer neighborhoods in like Westfield, and the houses are not massive, but they're, 3,000 square feet, give or take. And they are taking up almost every inch of the plot of land that they're sitting on. And you can reach out and high five your neighbor from the kitchen, that type of thing. I think builders are just trying to pinch everything they can out to turn a profit, and that's capitalism, right? But
well, that's I'll always say when people bring up that complaint of like, oh, they're the house, why are we building these huge 3,000 square foot the neighborhoods are all like 2,500 to 3,500 square foot houses. Like I'll always like, well, it's like, well, this is a two-way thing. Like they're building them because people are buying them.
Exactly right. Yeah.
They're smart. They've done the math. They've tested different products, and they know that these are the ones that they can sell to the general public.
Mm-hmm. You're exactly right.
Yeah. And it doesn't, whether that's an investor or somebody who it's like their second, third, fourth home that they've maybe upgraded to it. The builders don't care like who's buying it. It's just which of these layouts gets us the longest line of buyers. So in a way, it's almost like this. If we're going to have that option of smaller homes, like it's not just on the builders. It needs to be almost this cultural shift that happens.
Sure. Yeah, I get that
all at once.
Yeah.
But that is one of my biggest pet peeves, what you mentioned with the builders when they build like a 3,000 square foot house and you can reach out and touch. It's like, and again, it's like, well, they're building that because people will buy it. And I guess people just don't care about having a yard. No. They just want to technically live in a single family.
I know, which is wild to me. I'm on 3 acres.
Oh yeah.
So I've got some breathing room. Yeah.
That's a lot.
I can't imagine just being.
Our first house was Arbor Homes, and it was from the edge of our house to our lot line was 5 feet. And so was our neighbor. So there was 10 feet in between every house.
Yeah. Made mowing
I've
easy.
seen it 8. I've seen it down to 8.
We did not like it. But like you said, people aren't voting with their spending dollars. If someone wants to live on 3 acres, they're not even considering Arbor or another one of these like Westfield builders. These are people who spend the majority of their time inside their house, and they don't want to have to cut a large lawn or whatever it may be.
Yeah. But it's also it's a good way to start, right?
Yeah.
You start there, right? It's inexpensive comparatively speaking.
Yeah.
Build up your equity. And then when you're ready, you swing your equity to the next one, put more money down, get a bigger house, right?
Yeah.
That's the formula.
Yeah, to be fair, if you're somebody who you're trying to get into your if it's your first home, but like you've got 3 kids, like, and yeah, you've got 3 kids, so you have no extra time, and it's like, yeah, I don't want a big yard. Like, sure. I need this to be the layout that works for my family, but I can't, I need this to be built efficiently. You can check out our full library of episodes wherever you get your podcasts.